Assalamu alaikum, sisters. This is me again, Maryam here. I know for some of you, the ones who have been in the group for quite a long time, you might have noticed I've changed the name of the group. And for those of you who are new, I know I haven't really introduced myself or what I do, so this is why I'm making this video, just to sort of explain the change of name and what I'm here to offer you and what this group is about, inshallah. So before, this group was called Creative Muslimah Soulpreneurs, and I was focusing on more on sisters who wanted to set up a business, but they wanted to set up a business which was more in touch with their soul and more in line with their purpose in serving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so they weren't just here to set up a business that was to make money or to achieve the next money goal or the next $1 million or whatever you want to call it, and that wasn't their driving factor, whereas it was for sisters whose driving factor was that they wanted to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, really do something that was fulfilling, that was in line with their true purpose, that felt right to them in their heart, and like setting up a business around that. And also, as obviously alongside that, when you set up a business online, it creates a sort of residual income, and you can create more time freedom for yourself, you can create more location freedom, you can have more time with your family, you can travel more, go to Umrah, wherever you want to go. So there was two sort of incentives towards that. However, obviously, I've been talking about this before as well, about being more authentically you. And as I was doing that, I realized that actually I'm not just about business, and that's not the only thing that I want to help sisters with. And my own journey has been one of becoming more authentically me and getting in touch with my soul and discovering what my purpose is in this life. And as part of that, for me, one of my things that has come up for me is to have my own online business. And if you don't know from before, I have previously had an online Amazon business, alhamdulillah, which was quite successful in the end. And but I'm venturing out into a few different things, and one of them is coaching. And the reason, so that's why I changed the name of the group. So the name is now called Creative Soulful Muslimas. And I will still be including the soulpreneur part for those of you who are like business oriented and who want to set up businesses, and I will be talking and sharing ideas and thoughts on that and giving you tips. But at the same time, I also want this group to be for any Muslimah who's like, any sister who's ambitious, who's multi-passionate, who really wants to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and really live a life that is true to the soul and own their voice and have that connection with Allah and really live their purpose, so that each day becomes a purposeful, meaningful and rewarding day. Each day is filled of actions full of purpose, so that each day isn't just lived. And I've been on this journey where I've slowly, peeled off the masks, and I've had to go through some hard times. So I recently got divorced, and that was a very hard and difficult time for me. And before that, my own parents were divorced as well. And I've seen a lot of different things in my life, and my biggest journey has been to let go of all the masks and let go of what anybody thinks, and to really own my true self, to own my mistakes, to own who I am, by doing that and by releasing all this sort of negative emotions and you could call it anger and sadness and maybe some of the blame and towards other people, towards myself. And my biggest journey has been to let go of anything that is not really me in essence, that is not me and who my soul is. And my biggest journey has been to let go of all of that and reconnect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I've always felt connected with Allah, but it's just more profound when you let go of all the things which are not you and really develop a sense of yourself and who you are and what your soul is about, and and get an idea of maybe what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created you to do on this earth. And it's very profound, and it's really changed the way I see my life, and it's really changed the way I feel every single day, what I do in my day. And I'm a big believer in that when we change the inside, that's when the outside changes. So there might be a million things you want to choose. For example, for me, for ages and ages, I always wanted to pray tahajjud, but I never managed to actually make a firm routine out of it. But since I've been working on myself and sort of like, I call it polishing the soul and really discovering who I really am and really trying to focus on being authentic and living truly like connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, only worrying about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala thinks and not about what everyone else, and not getting caught up in the what everyone else is doing or what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm a firm believer in the fact that sometimes we just live life like we're on a running belt in a factory, and we just whatever. It's like, you know, when if you've ever seen a picket line and there's just boxes, and each box just runs along behind the box in front of it on a picket line, and it just exactly the same things that happen to the box in front happen to the box behind. And I feel like sometimes we live life like that. We don't question anything. We don't think about what our true purpose is. What has Allah created us for? It's like a treadmill. Okay, you're born, you turn 4, you go to nursery, you go to school, then you go to college. If you're a bit talented or a bit intellectual, you go to university, you get a degree, you get a job, you get married, you have kids, and there's not really any time to reflect, any time to think, any time to really sink into what our true purpose is on this earth and how are we fulfilling that purpose. Each one of us that Allah has created has some innate gift or some innate quality that they can expand on, that they can bring into this world and to make it a better place, and inshallah also at the same time to improve their akhirah with that. And I'm a firm believer in that. But sometimes we forget to do that, and we just get caught into this treadmill of events that we just carry on playing without thinking. And I'm here to really question you, to ask you to think about what is your true purpose, what are you here for, how can you really become a more authentic version of you, and how can you really live a life that is from the soul and that is in connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The more we purify our soul, the more it reflects Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more it becomes connected to its Lord, the more it desires to leave this world and go to the akhirah. And that's what I'm here to do, and that's what this group is about. So this group is about being soulful, about living a life that is true to your heart, true to your soul, and true to yourself. And that's what I'm here to help you with. And at the same time, I've got a lot of experience in emotions and how to heal deep emotions or painful emotions, and all of those things are done to discover who you really are inside, and it just all comes together in the end to help you live a life that is from the soul. And that's it really, that's all I wanted to say, and it was just a quick introduction for those of you who have joined after my video episode problem. And the ones who are here before, I just wanted to explain the name change, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.